Welcome back, everybody. We are in the middle of the life path for Red Sky City's Cyberpunk Conspiracy Episode 0. So far, we've done it twice. We're slowly filling out the backstories of our characters, and we're going to go back up to the top. Did you have a question before we do that, Bren, about Oro?
No, it's not important. It's about Oro.
Yeah. All right.
That's rude.
The toxicity has already begun. If I had to do this all over again, I'd have some sort of visual medium for everyone to like keep track of everything as it happens instead of just my Google Doc. But, you know, we live and learn. It's a new system for me, too. Let's go back up to the top with Jerax and your third year. Roll it.
Okay. I will, just for you.
Oh, I actually didn't scroll up far enough, and that should have been Jim Fingers, but that's okay. We're going out of order. We're going to do it live. 9. Okay. You know what? This is going to be super easy because nothing happened that year.
Ah, well, there you go.
Pretty simple.
Right? Easy. Jim, roll 1d10. Find out what happened in the third significant year of your life.
A 9.
All right. Yeah, nothing happened that year.
Nothing.
Nice.
Oro, you're up. Sorry, what?
1d10. What you say, Rachel?
Oh, I said it was a good year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. No
I've read
news
Jurassic
is good news.
Allegedly. It's a 4.
A 4. Friends and enemies. Roll 1d10 to find out which. 8. You made a friend. Everybody loves you.
He's making friends.
Sorry, bro. I'm the best.
All right. Roll 1d10. If you get an 11, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Whoa. Let's hope. And it's a 1.
A 1.
So it's like Hornswoggle or something.
Nah, somebody who's like an older sibling to you. Those are the only...
like an older sibling.
Yeah, it's somebody...
Okay.
The nature of your relationship is they're like an older sibling to you.
Okay.
That's all we know. We can hash out the details later. So far, Oro has used 1 intervention. Nobody else has used any. Let's move on to Natalie. When you were 19, what happened? Roll 1d10 to find out.
Let's see. 7.
A 7. Romantic involvement.
Oh.
Let's see how that turned out for you. Roll 1d10.
It's good. 10.
Ooh.
10. Fast flings and hot dates.
Oh, there you go.
And that's the end of the chart.
Oh.
So whatever that means is up to you.
A fast fling at 19.
I'm afraid I've already committed to somebody, otherwise I would interject.
That was right after Krav Maga. Was that my tone?
All right. Back up to the top. Round 4. Jim Fingers. In order this time. My bad. Roll 1d10.
It's a 1. The natty 1.
All right. That is big problems or big wins.
It's a big win. I can tell you right now, Joe, it was a big win that year. I remember it well. It's a 9.
That is not a big win.
Oh,
that is disastrous.
I'm misremembering.
You know,
I'm misremembering.
maybe we're about to find out how you got that cybernetic eye. Roll 1d10.
A 1.
What's with the ones? You owe money to somebody. You guys are all going to end up owing money to the same person.
I'm interjecting.
Okay.
Okay. What is the nature of your interjection
Well,
here?
I did your cyber eye work, didn't I?
Okay. That makes sense. All right, so we'll have to retcon a little bit because we haven't figured out how I got the cyber eye yet. I'm hoping there's going to be another disaster that kind of triggers that.
You're hoping there's another disaster.
Yeah, I mean, these things have already happened to me. I'm just hoping that they fit the narrative.
Mm-hmm. All right, roll 1d10 to find out how much money you owe.
It's a pretty good eye.
900.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, I do good work.
But
So.
here's the thing, though. Not all of that money is owed to Jerax. The eye came from somewhere. This is a complex. Some of that is going to go to Jerax, but this is a There was a third party involved that I may have been in somebody else before I came to you. The exact supply chain is a little bit unclear, but definitely Jerax is included on that invoice somewhere.
Yeah, $900 owed to a fixer somewhere in the city that hooked me up with this surgeon that I kind of bonded with over the course of the experimentation.
Yeah, we had a couple of drinks. The synthetic brandy helps to null the pain.
You put in my eye backwards so I could see my own brain at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
It's so
everyone
smooth.
Everyone learned a little bit about themselves,
You told me to be more self-reflective.
Awesome. All right, Jerax has used one of his interjections. And it is Jerax's turn for round 4 on the life path. Roll 1d10.
6.
A 6. That is friends and enemies. Roll 1d10.
Again.
It could be a friend.
6.
It is a friend.
Ooh.
Wait, that is a friend, right? One of them is odd even. The other one works differently. Nope, 6 to 10. You made an enemy. Sorry for the false hope.
Oh my god. How many enemies?
Okay.
How many enemies?
Yo, people hate your ass. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Roll 1d10.
8.
8. Ooh, a booster gang member. So booster gangs are gangsters who roam the streets looking like they belong in, the movie The Warriors? It's an old movie, but like themed gangs, themed cyberpunk gangs that roam the streets. There's a booster gang that all gets plastic surgery to look like clowns. Those aren't their feet. Those aren't shoes. Those are their feet that they've had biomodded to look like clowns. They're called the Bozos. There's another booster gang. They're not all like biomod gangs. Some of them are just like warrior gangs, combat gangs, so on and so forth. But they tend to be like the really rough, sci-fi, futuristic. You wouldn't see them in our world type of gang. So you made
That's
an enemy.
Awesome, actually. Just the idea of the warriors, but in the year 2045. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So you made an enemy of a booster gang. Let's find out why. Roll 1d10.
Fucking bring it on. 2.
2. Well, somebody caused someone the loss of a lover, friend, or relative.
You stole a clown wife.
It's Mr. Steal Your
Jerax
Clown.
has a fetish for clowns.
Yeah, my character apparently has a fetish for clowns.
That actually should be it, dude. That
I
needs to be it.
refuse. Straight up. I am
Come
not doing
on,
that.
bro. It writes itself. It's content.
Not doing it. Don't want it.
All right, roll 1d10 to figure out who's pissed off. What'd you get?
A 6.
You hate them, which leads me to believe they may have caused you the loss of a lover, friend, or relative. Now remember, you are always welcome to override a dice result if it's incongruous, although making it work is fun, but I'd never want to force that. So, what would happen if you ran into each other? Go ahead.
Maybe I had a childhood trauma involving clowns. Now I hate them both.
Doesn't have to be clowns.
But we're on the
No,
topic.
it needs to be clowns. It has to be clowns, dude.
Maybe I just hate clowns. I wouldn't have moved to the Red Sky City if I knew they had clowns here.
Clown gang. All right, roll 1d10. What would happen if you ran into each other?
4.
Avoid the scum. You're welcome to override that, but if it's a phobia of clowns, that could make sense.
I mean, I was joking about a clown thing, but I think there's a good list of gangs that I could be annoyed at. It could be something pretty simple, right? Where I just maybe did some cybernetic work for one of them and they didn't pay me.
Yeah, entirely possible. Let's figure out what sort of resources they can throw against you. Roll 1d10. Don't get another 10. That would
6.
6. An entire gang.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Right?
Yeah.
That all checks out.
You
Makes
fell out
sense
with
why
a
I would
gang.
avoid them.
They can leverage the power of a gang.
Well, like if it's just them, then they hate you, but their entire gang is like, whatever, this doesn't matter. I'm not going to follow you on this.
True.
If it's a government agency, then they've got someone corrupt on the inside. There's some sort of political connection. So it can be more complex than it initially appears. Let's move on to Oro for the 4th significant year. Roll 1d10.
And it is a 6.
A 6. I believe that's friends and enemies.
Nice.
Yes, it is. Roll 1d10. On a 1 to 5, it's a friend. On a 6 to 10, it's an enemy.
Please be a friend. Please be a friend.
Devin,
enemy.
you know your winning personality could only get you so far.
Fair enough.
Let's find out who it is. Roll 1d10.
Could be another influencer. Little shit.
6. A person you work for.
Okay. All right. Okay. Could
Now,
be a content deal gone wrong.
A talent agency or a sponsor who they didn't like the.
Could be. Yeah, it could be a
Can I jump in?
Yeah. Natalie.
caster selection agency.
Yeah,
I
Seltzer, go.
Weren't you the guy who interviewed the face of my company and asked her that really embarrassing question and actually caused us a lot of money in the fourth quarter last year?
Whoa. I was simply just doing the job of the people. Okay. I didn't come up with the questions. I put a Q&A. And then they were like, hey, what question should I ask? And then they gave me the question. Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm pretty sure I was
awesome.
on the approved list, and it was kind of rude. And I've only seen the edited version around the company. I would never go to your channel and watch your content. But the edited version was very unflattering for you. So
That's unfortunate because that was one of my biggest viewed videos ever.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. Excellent. All right. Rachel's now used one of her 2 interjections. Now, let's find out who actually is annoyed. It could be the face of the company who carries a personal vendetta. It could just be someone in the influencer management department of Continental Brands is annoyed, right? Let's find out the scale of this. Roll 1d10.
Perchance, Natalie, does your company make condoms? Because apparently it's been really bad in this place. I don't know what's going on.
you know what? It's kind of gross that you'd ask that because we were kibbles and condoms until your interview. So thank you.
Wow. All right, rolling.
They
And
say
it's a
Oro's
9.
face himself is a contraceptive.
It's true, bro. This is a face that no one can bang.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Also,
so they can bring the force of a large corporation against you, namely Continental Brands. So I'm going to say that it's like not the entire head of the org, because the head of the org kind of moved on. It was like, oh, that was annoying. I didn't like that. But one of their PR people has it out for you.
Oh, interesting.
And as far
Well,
as you know,
What a shame.
the only questions you asked were on the approved list. Somehow the version of the approved list you got and the approved list that the PR person had were different.
It's almost like it's a conspiracy.
Do you only wear
Dun,
glasses
dun.
to do dramatic removal of glasses?
Wait, did you do the glasses thing, Rach?
Yeah, it was good.
Right off, Al, you know what?
Well, that's a shame. Yeah, messed up my eyes.
We all need
Oh,
mirror
sorry.
I
shades.
actually need them.
All right, yeah. The next shoulder content we're gonna do is who can do the best dramatic conspiracy glasses thing. All right, so that was a rough year. That was a
You
rough
might be able to get a monocle. Can you dramatically remove a monocle?
Oh, you can't
just
do
falls
anything
off in your
non-dramatic
eye.
with a monocle.
Yeah, just pop it out. Blah.
Yeah,
Actually, I watched Umbrella Academy and I'm like, how the hell does Reginald keep the monocle in his eye? Like, that's actually great. Like, how do you even hold a monocle? You know, like, are
Why
you
did
supposed
they
to always
even
be
make
angry?
monocles as well?
Yeah, like,
Did
what's the
any-
point of them?
Has anyone ever thought about that?
I think it's because you're supposed to close one eye and then you can peer at things in like a zoom kind of, right? It's like the beginnings of the cybernetic eye.
exactly. The first
Is
Is it?
cyberware.
I don't know whether that's true. I have no idea. I've never worn a monocle probably before. But
He's making
Maybe.
it all up.
I
Josh
used-
knows shit.
That's canon, actually, in the Cyberpunk timeline. It diverges sometime
Okay.
around the they thought it diverged around the 1980s, but really it's sometime in the 1800s with the monocle.
yeah, the zoom monocle.
Oh, you just kind of shove it in your eye.
Yeah,
Okay,
you do.
moving on. Let's just.
Huh.
All right. Yeah, sorry, we're stomping all over Rachel's time just after a
Mostly
great
just 'cause
interjection. too.
Eye conversations suck. I can't talk about the eye. It's nasty.
Dude, that's fair. That's fair. I can't handle medical stuff. So let's do a whole campaign about taking out your body parts and replacing them with machines. That's a great idea.
Dear God.
All right. Natalie, when she was 20, what was that year like? Roll 1d10.
It was an uneventful year.
Oh, it was.
It was. The prophecy is true.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I'm great with dice.
She just casually ran around and murdered people with Krav Maga.
One step closer.
In the name of her company.
You're defending your dream of a nice, quiet home with no neighbors by fragging people.
Perimeter. It's establishing a perimeter.
Exactly. Jim Fingers, round 6. We're halfway through. Roll 1d10.
A 10. Nothing happened
10.
to me. Nothing has happened to me very much, honestly, at all. I've lived a quiet life just doing my deals.
Exactly. Keep your head down. Don't attract any attention.
That's the idea.
Jerax, you're 5. Roll it.
I mean, I've got enemies of what? I've got a friend in the UK who could send a government army against me.
Mhm.
I'm at war with a gang in Red Sky City. I'm in debt to somebody.
Mhm.
Somebody owes me money. And now what? 3.
Oh, that is big problems, big wins. You could use a win right now.
I
Let's
need a win.
roll 1d10.
That's not how fate works, though, is it?
It is not. It is not how fate works.
Damn, dude. Jerax, you suck. It's actually amazing.
Is
It's
that a rough life?
It's a hard knock life.
Yeah.
All right. Roll 1d10 to see what sort of problem. And don't get a 1. We've done nothing but debt. Ooh, what is that?
8.
Hunted by the law.
Mm.
You are hunted by
Makes
the
a
law.
lot of sense.
Damn.
For
Jerax is
crimes.
not making it out of this campaign alive.
His ass is going to die.
Now's probably a good
Great.
time to point out that Cyberpunk is a very lethal system. I've mentioned this in passing. Just the corporate with no armor or
no.
guns looks up like, what? Look, if you can avoid combat, then
I
you
work
don't
in
have
the
to.
mailroom.
You know karate shit. You'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're also a low-key serial killer, so I'm not too worried about
Yeah.
you, Natalie. You'll be all right.
Just by getting that training, your combat viability has skyrocketed, which is saying a lot unto itself. Okay, Jerax is hunted by the law. Roll 1d10.
Okay. 5.
5. The entire local police force.
Oh my
Fire him,
Dude,
We have to
what have
fire him?
I done?
All right, I'd like to jump in here then as well.
Okay.
And I'll say that because he's hunted by the local police force, he's had to make a deal with me to keep him on the down low. I'm the master of keeping people on the down low. I can put some money in people's pockets here. I can make somebody look away over there. He can keep doing his, he doesn't like me calling this, Joe, but his underground surgery where he rips bits out of people and puts them in other people.
It's surgery. Just remove the underground term from it. Okay?
I call it basement surgery because he
It's
doesn't
not-
like the word underground.
He lives on the
My-
3rd floor of your apartment. It's not in the basement.
My clinic may be in the basement, but it is not underground surgery. It's all perfectly legal. I have the paperwork.
Yeah. That's why the entirety of the local law enforcement is after you.
They don't know what they're missing.
Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't specify the crimes. It doesn't specify whether or not you committed them. But there is another table called "What are you gonna do about it?"
Ooh.
And obviously, you can decide this. But let's roll and just see what it is, and we can go from there.
3.
3. Live it down and try to forget it.
Kind of makes sense.
Could have been penis enlargement surgery because of the condoms not really working,
Maybe it
Those
was.
are not related.
Actually,
I'm just gonna-
don't let Al off the hook. Al, explain this one.
I'm just gonna say in our subreddit, there's already been a question asked whether or not the condom situation will actually be a thing. I feel like it needs to be.
You just kind of spun the question.
Just
The-
condoms, dude.
There's no campaign I can go where I'm safe from horrible things becoming canon. All right.
Maybe you just did it. Maybe you made a schlong too big, and then the man ended up just being a tripod, and then you just want to look back on it and just be like, sometimes it's just too much. Maybe that's
I don't know if I like the laying low aspect.
You are welcome to re-roll or just decide on your own, because that is a very personal sort of decision.
Yeah. Here's what Jarex is going to do.
Mhm.
Jarex, as a side objective, is going to try and get some dirt on the head police officer at the
Okay.
precinct.
All right.
And maybe some blackmail will get him off his case.
All right. Added to
Sure.
the list. It will be incorporated.
You sure you don't want to run with the penis enlargement surgery?
Definitely not.
It's okay.
My
I
work
still don't
is
understand,
quality.
Alex, how in your head a
Go on.
fix to having no contraceptives is then penis enlargement surgery?
Because
Who comes with a lack of condoms and says, I know what'll fix this? Giant cock.
well, I just tried to like tie two separate things together to make it into an inappropriate
Right.
Yeah.
Your brain
Well,
just
Mostly
neurons
just
are
what I was trying
firing.
to do.
Also, just going to add that Jerax would never botch a penis enlarging operation. I'm not saying that Jerax would even do that operation because it's all legal, of course. But if somebody were to come to Jerax looking for that sort of operation, he would probably know how to do it quite well.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Fair enough. Keep that in
So
mind.
don't sully my good name, okay? Stop
No
spreading
problem.
around this
Calm
falsified
down.
rumors.
I'm just doing it for the content, bro. Just doing it for the content.
You bloody clout chaser.
All right.
They stopped calling him Jim Finger and they started calling him Jim Forearm after I'd been to Jerax for the.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right. Otto, it's your turn.
Moving on briskly.
Oh god.
Round
Delete the
5.
VOD. All
Yes.
right. All right, round 5.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
A 9. Nothing happened that year.
Tight, bro, because I'm awesome.
Yeah. Not bad.
What's this, my 5th or 4th?
This is round 5 for everybody.
Oh, what happened in my 5th year?
Nothing happened in your 5th year. So here's what you've
Oh
got
no, my
so
4th
far.
year. My 4th year. What happened in my
Yeah.
4th
So
year? Yeah.
you made a friend who you've got like sort of a teacher mentor thing going on in year 1. In year 2, nothing happened. In year 3, you made a friend, like an older sibling to you, in that sort of relationship. In year 4, you got a big influencer gig, a sponsored stream with Continental Foods that went horribly wrong. That's the last event that we did. And in year 5, nothing happened.
Got it.
And I'm taking notes, and I promise I'll send this all to you folks when we're done as well. All right, Rachel. When Natalie was 21, what happened?
Let's see. 7.
7. Romantic involvement.
She's busy. The first one was fast. She's got time. 10.
10. Fast flings and hot dates. This is becoming
Come
a...
on, Rage.
Listen, I'm trying to pin somebody down. It's more of a failure than a victory.
Could just be because they're finding out that you're killing everyone, so they're just like running away as soon as they find the blood on the ground. You know, there's like,
Just behave.
Natalie, don't think this relationship's gonna work. There's some blood on your coffee table. Goodbye.
Oh, that's not yours. Don't worry. Sorry, what'd you say? The mic cut out for me because I was talking over you.
Oh. No, I was imploring my fictional second partner that's leaving that the blood on the table could be their blood in a potential future that they are now walking out.
You know, it's a solid pitch. It's a solid pitch, but for that reason, I'm out. All right, round 6. Jim Fingers.
And Jim Forearm to you.
I am not calling him that.
3.
Yeah, please
A
don't.
3. I believe that's big problems, big wins.
Okay, here we go. It's the big win, Joe. Here it comes. You ready for me to roll another D10?
Oh yeah,
It's an 8. That's
a
got to be a
win.
big win.
it's a win.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's coming up fingers. That doesn't feel good. All right, roll 1d10 and let's see what happens.
It's a 10.
A 10.
That's got to be a
fingers
big
everywhere.
win.
You found a combat teacher.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick
Wow.
up a new combat skill. If you don't have, for example, marksmanship, Do you have marksmanship on your character sheet?
I picked up a single level in marksmanship and melee weapons just so that I could use them, but
Mhm.
badly.
Well, you met somebody who taught you can increase one of those skills by 1 point.
Okay. All right. We'll go marksmanship then. Sure. Got a little marksmanship teacher.
Okay. Has everybody used one interjection at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
so.
think
so.
everyone's used one. All right, great. Because we're about to cross the halfway point. That was round 6, the halfway point for Jim Fingers. Jerax, you're up. Let's see if something can go right in your life.
8.
8. Is that romantic involvement? I think it is. I think it is. It is. Yep.
Oh.
She gonna take all your money.
All right. I rolled another 8.
Another 8. Fast flings and hot dates.
Yeah, my early years, they were fun. What can I say? Is that it? Is that just the extent
That's
of
it.
it?
Yeah, so that it's a very wide blank slate. It can be whatever we write in there, but essentially it meant that you dated, you were in relationships, you had a romantic life, you had a love life of some kind, but it didn't, unless we decide to mess with the plot, it didn't affect your character sheet in any noticeable way.
Gotcha.
So
Got it.
it's up to you and me to decide what it means. Oro, the 6th
My
year.
turn.
Let's go.
2.
2. Big problems, big wins. Roll again. Odd or even for this
Right.
one.
All right. 7.
Big problems.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Come on, man.
Disaster strikes. Roll again.
Oh, Lord have mercy. 4.
4. Betrayal.
Oh.
I really wanted to do
wow,
that in
man.
like the Halo voice, but I can't.
Betrayal.
There we go.
There you go.
Let's find out
Too much Halo.
Let's find out the details. So, you've been backstabbed in some manner. Roll 1d10 to find out how.
Oof. 5.
5. A secret of yours has been exposed.
Whoa.
I don't know
Got
what
some
that
dirty
is.
secrets, Oro?
Okay. Maybe okay. All right. Maybe the reason why I don't compete anymore is because I actually got the cybernetics installed. And I didn't tell anyone.
You were toggling.
I was toggling, dude. But I didn't report it. Like it's fine if you get it, but I didn't report it. And it was because of that reason that I bowed out of the competitive space and went into the world of influencing and social media and being a personality. Yeah, and that was the reason.
Okay, so how widespread was this knowledge? Was it like you were revealed in front of everybody and it ruined your career?
I think let's make it like a private thing.
Someone
Like,
found
because
out
because I'm so nice and everyone loves me, right? The guy came up to me and was like, because you're you, I'm just gonna let you back away from this life. But one person knows my secret.
All right. The league commissioner.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
Or whatever the equivalent is. It depends
The
on
league commissioner.
the exact format that you
Nate
were competing in.
Nanzer.
Mecha Nanzer.
Mecha Nanzer rises.
Mecha Nanzer. That's who it is.
All right. And Natalie, the year you were 22, what happened?
4.
That is friends and enemies. 6 or higher is an enemy. 1 to 5 is a friend.
I hope it's a friend.
It is not a friend.
It's not a friend.
Roll 1d10 to find out who it is.
3.
3. A relative.
Oh. Do we roll any more beyond this?
We do. We're going to find out what the cause of your enmity is, who's mad at who, what would you do if you ran into each other, and what resources do they have with which to screw you over. So let's start with the cause of this enemy. Roll 1d10.
9.
9, romantic rival.
Oh,
From her own family. This was
Yeah.
a relative that's a romantic rival. Okay.
Yep.
2.
2. Why do they hate your guts? Because, wait a minute. Oh, right, yeah. So they hate you.
Okay.
And if they ran into you, a 1?
A 1.
Okay, so if they ran into you, they would go into a murderous rage and, I quote, rip your face off.
Oh, okay. I definitely know who this is. Yeah, my little sister started dating the Krav Maga teacher, and honestly, it's messed up because it's not even my fault. It's something he said, and I'll leave that between them. But it's really poor judgment on her part that she chooses to reflect this on me, and it's part of the reason that we're not even that close.
How good did she get at Krav Maga?
I actually really don't want to find out.
Well, let's see how her life has gone and what sort of position she's in to make your life difficult. Roll 1 more d10.
A 5.
5. Themselves and a few friends. So
yeah, I know those girls. I'm not that scared.
All right. But if you happen to live in an apartment at the edge of the red zone, they're much less likely to visit you, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen them in years, honestly.
All right, we are halfway through the life path. Back up to the top, Jim Fingers. Your 7th year.
It's a 4.
A 4. Friends and enemies.
Okay. I haven't had this one yet. 8.
8. I believe that's an enemy. Yeah, 6 or higher is an enemy. So,
That's unfortunate.
you make enough deals, you're going to piss someone off eventually.
Of course. You try and minimize it, but there's always some bad apples.
It's a hazard of the job. Roll 1d10.
I might not have paid some people. Who knows? It's a 1.
A former friend.
Oh.
Did somebody dirty, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you can't make deals with everyone and be friends with everyone. It just doesn't work like that.
That's true. Roll 1d10 to figure out why they hate your guts.
It's a 5.
A 5. Oh, I'm pulling the strings here. I'm invoking some stuff here. I'm invoking some stuff here because they caused a physical injury, and you roll 1d6. On a 1 or 2, you lose your eye. On a 3 to 4, you lose your limb, and on a 5 to 6, you're badly scarred. You're losing the eye.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. So this was a friend of mine, and we had some kind of falling out, and they ripped my eye out.
Either they ripped your eye out, or the cause of the fallout was you ripped out my eye. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was on purpose.
Right. I see. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Roll, but you know what? We can leave that up to the heart of the cards. Roll 1d10.
2.
2. They hate you, so I'm thinking they ripped your eye out.
Okay. Yeah. They ripped my eye out. So we still have yet to come up with a reason for what I did to them. It would have to be something quite extreme for them to rip my eye out.
It probably was a deal that went bad, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of... Actually, probably not a deal that went badly, though. I probably sold them out to somebody else. Because a deal can only go so badly. And everyone understands that kind of stuff. But if I backstab them and sell them out to some other group in order for more power and influence with that group, yeah, I could see a friend being personally upset about that and ripping my eye out.
Gilbert's in the chat. All right. What would happen if you ran into each other?
Oh, I'm sure they'd be lovely. An 8.
An 8. Ignore the scum.
Okay. All right.
My thought is they already took your eye.
Yeah, true.
Now you're just dead to them.
What more can they take from you, man?
Exactly. Roll 1 more time to see what sort of resources they have.
6.
6. An entire gang.
Oh. Wowie. Okay.
This sort of
Rival
sounds...
gangs hanging around.
It sort of sounds like it might have been another fixer, like a contact you went to for a lot of stuff. They're involved with either a booster gang or organized crime or something. and you had a choice to make. You made your choice. They didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a fixer that I came up with, used to do a lot of deals with them, got pretty close. But when I saw an opportunity for the big time to make bigger connections within the city, I chose to screw them over and their business interests and what they were trying to do, and basically sell them out and backstab them in order for this enhanced influence. And they bust into my house and tried to kill me, but I managed to wrestle away and they just ripped my eye out instead.
And then you ended up meeting Jerax Ashwater.
Exactly.
All right. Jerax, you're up. You're 7.
A 5.
A 5. Friends and enemies.
Oh, classic.
Still haven't caught a break.
9.
Still haven't caught a break.
Are we sure that we want to start this adventure with Jerax? 100% going to get us killed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just your neighbor. He just lives on the 3rd Street. He's the one who lives in the room with all the the noise proofing, and big scary mercenaries come in there and they come out limping but with new gear, It's all right.
Exactly.
Let's figure out who this person is. Roll 1d10.
10.
10. A government official.
Oh, fucking suits.
Right? Why do they hate you, or why do you hate them? Roll 1d10.
1.
1. Somebody caused somebody to lose face or status. All right. Now, who hates who? Roll 1d10.
2.
2. They hate you. You did something that made them lose face. You embarrassed them. You caused them to become passed over for a promotion. You made them lose an election. Something happened that...
You literally lost his face.
It was right there.
And you're like...
Where'd it go?
Now, what would happen if you ran into each other? This is more about their reaction than yours.
6.
6. Backstab you indirectly.
Sounds like a corporate suit, to be honest.
And what sort of resources do they have? Is this a personal vendetta?
2.
A 2, just themselves. So
That's
they're not
good.
Yeah, they're not really in a position where they have a lot of power in the government to get everybody after you, but they themselves will make a personal effort to undermine you at every possible opportunity. Oro, you're 7.
Let's go.
What do you got?
All right. 4.
4. Friends and enemies.
Come on.
Let's
All
see.
right. So what is it? Odd for enemy, even for friends?
1 to 5 is a friend, 6 to 10 is a foe.
Come on, guys. I am freaking awesome. Just yeah, man.
6. Hey, can't make it to the top. Can't make it to the top without pissing off some people along the way. Who is this person? Roll 1d10. 8. Ooh, a booster gang.
Mm.
Mm.
And why?
It's the clowns.
Okay, it's the clowns. Clown gang added to my notes.
Yep.
What's the source of your animosity? Roll 1d10. 3. Somebody caused someone a major humiliation.
Okay. I got it.
Hit me.
It's the clown gang. I made a video because they look stupid as hell. So I figured it was just a really funny video to make, but they actually now really, really hate me because I made this video about the clowns. And I thought it was ridiculous. That why would people do this to themselves? It's so stupid.
I can see the video thumbnail in my mind already.
Yes.
Big shocked Oro face and a red circle on a clown.
Fake clown gang. WTF.
Question mark, exclamation point.
Are you kidding me? That's it.
All right. So that we already know you answered, they're pissed off at you, and I'm just gonna say the entire clown gang has it out for you. That just
Sure.
makes the most sense.
But they're a bunch of jokes. Boom, boom.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. That works for me.
I like that everybody ignored it.
That was awful.
You guys all suck. Everyone, no one laughs at my hilarity. Terrible.
Okay. Natalie, when you were 23, we're getting closer and closer to 26. What happened that year?
I tooed.
Okay, this is big problems, big wins. This is odd or even. Roll it.
Boom.
1.
Odd.
Disaster strikes.
Oh no.
Roll to see what happened.
9.
9. Hunted by a corporation.
Well,
You've angered some corporate honcho somewhere. Roll 1d10.
2.
2. It's a small local firm.
I can see why they'd be mad. It was a cute little mom and pop shop. They worked really hard and they had a good thing going, but it was just an inferior product and there was no demographic for it and absolutely no return on investment for what we put into them. And so it just made sense to shut the whole thing down and sell it for kibble. I think they should be able to see the logic.
You know, they probably loved, you know, they were one of those local suppliers who had an urban garden and stuff, and that is an area that Continental is extremely interested in moving in. Fresh food is all the hype. Like you said.
It was completely unregulated and not up to standard.
Oh, yeah.
Question. When this takes place after my event with Natalie's company, correct?
Correct.
Interjection.
Let's go. Oro's second interjection. What do you got in mind?
I want to basically make a video that calls out Continental Foods for their very just two-faced ways that they go about business in the city. And I want the people of the city to know that we lost a great business that was doing just fine because of corporate greed.
Eat the rich.
Oh, the two of you are going to be such big fans of each other.
So sorry you feel that way. But to borrow something else heavily from Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's such an anime laugh. Evil anime laugh.
Glorious. Okay, so as we enter year 8, Oro has used both of his interventions, and I believe everyone else has used one. So keep an eye out, Rachel, Josh, and Bren, for opportunities to jump in to somebody else's plot line. Year 8, Jim Fingers, coming up on the 12. Let's hit it.
Okie dokie, here we go. A 1.
A 1. Big problems, big wins.
Okay,
Big
dokie.
win.
A 9.
Oh.
Life is hard in Night City.
God, it really is.
What do you got?
It's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
It's a 5.
No, I feel a little bit bad that we already took your eye.
No.
Accident. You were in some kind of a terrible accident. Roll
Okay.
1d10.
A 1.
A 1. You were terribly disfigured.
Terribly disfigured.
You were terribly disfigured.
Oh, lordy. Terribly disfigured. I mean, that normally just means the face, doesn't it?
One would think, yes.
Okay.
Not necessarily. I mean, remember about Bren's medical practice.
My medical practice is perfectly fine, okay, Oro? And if you have a problem with it, then listen, you've got a problem with me. And I have a lot of friends in very high places, you fucking clout chaser, so don't even get on my
not
case.
enlarge penises for entertainment?
If people choose to get their penises enlarged at my clinic, don't shame them.
I think this is a good opportunity to say that I was in a freak explosion, and it burnt all of the hairs off my body.
Okay.
And that's how I became bald. Bald as the moon itself.
That's
And it's not-
disfigured. So what are you right now?
No. So it's not just that I'm bald. I'm not saying that is horribly disfigured. I'm saying that the whole of my like scalp and body is covered in burns as well. We'll go with that.
wow.
Ooh.
So it's like a lot of burns all over maybe not like directly over the face so much, but a lot of like all over the back of my body and my head.
You probably paid for like the facial restoration surgery, but the rest
Sure.
was a little bit expensive. You know, you
Sure.
got to keep the moneymaker, even if there's no eyebrows
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah, because otherwise you're not personable enough. People don't
Exactly.
enjoy connecting with somebody that's face is mangled.
All right, that's rough. That's rough. I'll sign you up for the Deadpool / Lex Luthor experience, and
Yeah.
we'll move right along. Jerax, you're 8.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is gonna kill you today, Jarek?
6. Oh my
6.
goodness.
Friends and enemies.
Oh my god! Come on!
I just like how
If you get
all of
another enemy, dude, I'm gonna die.
all of Night City just has your face on their walls, dude, with bullet holes. They use it for target practice.
2.
You made a friend. You finally made a friend.
Yay!
Praise me.
All right,
Okay.
let's find out who it is.
1.
1, like an older sibling to you.
Interesting.
We'll that's all we know, so that is something we can fill in later. Unless you have an idea.
Huh. Don't really have an idea now.
All right, Oro, you're 8. What do you got?
Oof. All right. You're 8. Hopefully nothing happens. Nope.
6, friends and enemies. Roll it.
All right. Another
2.
enemy.
No, you made a friend. 1 to 5 is
Yay!
friends. 6 higher is an enemy. So, who is it? Roll 1d10.
If you roll a 1, we would have had the exact same rolls.
2.
Okay.
Like a kid sibling to you.
A kid sibling.
Mm-hmm. You know, under
Sure. All right.
other circumstances, this would be an opportunity for Seltzer to intervene, but that doesn't seem right at this point.
Forget this guy.
Come on.
All right.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Yep. Blocked. Reported.
All right, cool.
Seltzer, you are up. You at the age of 24. 8. If I can move my cat real quick,
Oh, I relate.
right? He does not care about my personal space at all. Okay. The quest to find Mr. Right continues. Romantic involvement. Let's see how this one ends.
5.
5. A tragic love affair.
Oh.
Neat.
Neat. All right. Well, why was it tragic? What happened? Roll 1d10.
6.
6. Lover abruptly changed behavior.
Wonder why.
I seem to have a type.
I will interject.
All right, Jerax.
Jerax will interject. The reason your lover had a drastic change in personality, was because they came to me wanting an implant to help them empathize more, but in reality, it was easily hackable, and when something went wrong and the opposite happened, they became more distant as a result.
God, you suck at your job.
Wasn't
Yeah,
me
that
though. No.
kind of
I
blows.
did a stand-up job. I warned them of the risks. I said, "Listen, you get this. You could be easily altered if somebody hacks you." But he just wasn't listening. He or she was not listening.
You know he swung at me, right? I have all the Krav Maga. It ended terribly for him, but you can really hurt somebody doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Damn.
think about that.
To you with the implant.
But
so-
to me, I mean, I put the chip in his head. I mean, I don't know. I didn't make him swing. You know, I just listen. You give me the technology, I insert it, and then we prayed, and it works.
Whatever happened to the Hippocratic Oath, Jerax?
The hippopotamus what?
Has been a while.
I can't really blame you. The chip can't fix stupid. He was a loss
True.
anyway.
Okay, well, the next roll is going to be how do you still feel about each other, but you just answered that excellently. So you can't fix stupid added to the notes. And all right. So as the night goes on and everyone's sharing stories, and some of you have, you know, a more involved past than others, and Natalie and Oro tend to sort of sit at opposite ends of the table. Just does not work out. The occasional verbal barb is exchanged. And the other neighbors are all here. And no, we're not done with the life path. This is just a quick interjection. And, you know, Royal is there. He's dealing as usual, and he usually does pretty well. Everybody roll a d10. Actually, what skill? Look at your list of skills. If you have a skill that you think would make you good at poker, roll that skill.
Oh, I'm gonna roll perception.
Okay.
I'm already in front of you. I already rolled my perception. Oh, I rolled human perception, though.
Right.
So that.
So human perception would be like getting a read on somebody, right? Perception is like it is in D&D, looking around, scanning, noticing things, stuff like that. Natalie is totally focused, basically trying to, you know, okay, you got this. That means the likelihood of you having this is this. And Oro, what skill do you have that would help you at poker?
Could I roll influence?
Because you're incredibly famous?
Well, because, you know.
How would I help you during poker?
Just trying to, you know, get everyone to believe
That you're famous?
that I'm not as that maybe I don't have the cards, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
All right, so
You're an
influence,
incredible bluffer with your...
influence is specifically tied to your clout. If you're looking to like deceive people, and that's why I'm probably going to actually rename it clout. So that's like your special ability to dazzle people with your stardom or know a person and stuff like that. What else you got?
Got it. How about perception?
Perception? Yeah, go ahead. That's just sort of like looking around, reading the room, etc. Go ahead and give me that.
Samson.
All right. So Oro's just getting slaughtered at poker. Jerax is up. He's got several little liquor bottles in front of him. And some of the other neighbors are also gathered around. They're an odd bunch, you know, living this close to the combat zone in Jim Finger's apartment. It's all folks who have secrets to hide. There's a reason that they're here. Aside from Royal, the solo who works for the local fixer, you've got a couple of other folks. You've got Gina. She has a parrot. And apparently, if you listen to her stories, it's a real parrot. It wasn't cloned.
What?
Which is kind of outrageous. Well, my bad. It's a cockatoo. She hates when you call it a parrot. She's got Rico, her cockatoo. She's got Puddles, a tortoise, and Spooky, her chameleon. And if you ask her which is her favorite, they're like her children or her roommates. She calls them her roommates. So, you know, she'd never admit that she likes any of them more than others. She calls them. Go ahead.
This is kind of like the same as Blade Runner-esque, where there's like animals are just extinct.
Yeah.
Probably, and it's likely that they're just cybernetic or a clone or.
Oh yeah, Biotechnica is a company here in the Pacific Northwest. They're doing some amazing things. The Confederation of the Pacific Northwest states has given them large areas of wilderness to start trying to. They're introducing clone species into the wild to try to repopulate things. There are some reports of Bigfoot wandering around, and depending on who you talk to, that's either a recent experiment or it's still the same urban legend. You know, could go either way. But Gina insists that her animals are not clones; they're real. They're rescues, and she does not talk any further about
Wouldn't
where
they
she
be
gets
worth a
them.
bunch of money?
That's entirely possible.
Huh.
They're certainly unsanitary.
Yes, that much is true. Now, there's also the Andersons, which is a family that lives also on the... they have room to be on the 3rd floor. And there's 5 people all crammed into one apartment. They call themselves the Andersons. They say that they're all siblings, but they all have tattoos across their knuckles that spell Anderson, and they look completely different. It's entirely possible they may not be biological siblings. Natalie recognizes their attitude, just they came from the combat zone. You came up from that life, you recognize that in them as well. But they all say they never killed anybody who they didn't
Cowards.
have to.
Cowards. Wow.
All right. So those are some of your other neighbors. They're all sitting around playing poker, just chatting as these stories of your life bubble up to the surface. Jerax, as the sun sets in a blood red sky and you're killing it at poker, you also notice that there's a car across the street at the building over. Been there for a while. And there's a guy standing in front of the car. He's got an easel. He's taking notes on it. And he's got 2 cybernetic cameras installed, one in each of his shoulders. And there's 2 pretty tough security guards on either side of him. He looks over at the building and he makes some notes. His 2 cameras, they sort of tilt an angle like they're maybe capturing 3D.
Huh. Is that a cop or a suit? I'm going to say this out loud.
Are we betting?
I mean, how are we going to find out?
I'm going to glance over at the balcony
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to zoom in with my cybernetic eye.
All right. It's
Quality stuff.
It's got an excellent zoom.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So the easel's positioned the wrong way for you to like tell what's on it. But with that zooming eye, you do notice that the 2 security officers next to him, they are wielding assault rifles and they're wearing Militech uniforms. They work for Militech. Militech is one of the 2 big PMCs, corporations that was in the 4th Corporate War. And at the end of the 4th Corporate War, one of their CEOs used to be a general in the US. So the president reactivated his commission and used that to nationalize Militech and take it over. They still do mercenary for hire work, but they've sort of been brought to heel a lot more. So,
And Night City itself is Arasaka territory, right?
not anymore. Arasaka is banned from operating. The nuclear attack was blamed on them. They've been completely banned from the US.
Right.
Night City is an independent city at this point.
I would I'll relay this to the rest of the group then, that it's Militech, probably government people by the look of it. Snooping around, you know how it goes.
Government people.
I mean, Militech is Militech. I tend to keep my head down, Jerax. Don't know about you.
That doesn't explain the winner of the bet.
Bet Schmidt, we're playing poker. Play the fucking
Listen,
cards.
somebody go and find out what the bloody hell he's doing snooping around our apartment complex, eh?
How about this? How about we send the corporate girl? I'm sure that everyone is, it's all corporations. So why don't you corporate, whatever you are, why don't you go? Why don't you go?
That's very rude of you, Otto.
Oro, I'd be more than happy to. But I'm the corporate girl. It's going to cost you. How much are you going to pay me to talk to him?
Tell you what, I'll give you a shout out on my next video. How about that?
Oh my God. And
Paying in the exposure bucks.
Yes, the currency of the dark future.
Let's see. Is there can the military officer, we get the sense they can see us from the same angle?
I mean, if you poke your heads over, you know how it is. Like if you're up at the top of the building, they can maybe see a head peek over, but they can't see the whole body.
Got it. So if I were to lean over the building, could I verbally address them?
Maybe you could yell. It's like a 7-story building and they're across the street. You could probably, if you yelled, they could probably hear you.
I don't want to pop my head over and wave in this climate.
That's honestly fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whistle at Grant. Grant, Royal, you seen these guys around? They've been around the apartment a bunch. I know that you keep an eye out for this kind of thing.
Nope. First time. This is new.
Keep an eye on them.
He goes back to dealing the next hand. Is everyone in on this hand?
Yeah, go on then.
And while you're
Yeah,
at it, Grant,
whatever.
deal me a good one.
All right. Speaking of dealing you a good one, let's go back to the life path.
Mm.
Ooh.
Jim.
Segways.
Okay, 1d10 coming right up. It's an 8.
An 8, romantic entanglement.
Oh, well, already got one of those. Number 1.
A happy love affair.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sometimes
Maybe
good
after
things
you
happen.
got your hair burnt off and
Yeah. After I was horribly disfigured,
then you came to me to fix your disfigurement.
but I'm already in love with this previous woman as well. Okay. We'll see how this
This is
works
getting
out.
complicated.
Another 1.
Yeah, so that's the like most things in the dark future, if it's going well, it's not interesting and we move right along. So all I have for you is that you had a happy love affair that year. Maybe
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
All right.
Can I interject here?
Yes, you can. Wait, did you use both of yours yet? No, Oro used both of his. You still have one, right?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. What do you got?
The person you met was actually one of my siblings. They were just partially responsible for your care, kind of popping in on you. And I don't know, I guess from the sound of it, found you charming. And well, you guys got along well enough that they were willing to recommend you as a place to live, even though you're in the middle of the red zone. So you must be at least kind of an okay guy.
Is this so all of your siblings grew up on the streets? So is that just them kind of working their way up, trying to work in a care role as their way of making something of themselves?
Yeah, they're a very caring person and also very good with a knife. So they found work in the medical field.
So, Natalie, you have 6 siblings. You said one of your younger siblings we already had in a bad situation, a romantic rival. I imagine that's the one who dislikes you.
Yeah, she's dead to me.
Okay. Excellent. So you've got 2 younger siblings left. One likes, one hero worships you. And then 3, one of whom likes you, one dislikes you, one hates you. So let's just spitball. Who do you think it would be?
I think it's the only one that likes me that would
Okay.
also recommend me in this apartment, the older sibling.
Okay, so the older sibling ended up going into the medical field, nursed Jim Fingers back to health. They hit it off. And that's how you got the recommendation for the apartment.
Yeah. We're not still together, but we amicably split up.
Mhm.
I ended up being a bit too distant and involved in work, but I appreciated everything that she did, and I was a fan of her. We just we had our time and we ended up parting.
It was very mature.
Yeah, that's what I'm known for, my maturity.
Excellent. So, Alex and Rachel have both used both of their interjections. I believe that Josh and Bren each have one left.
I've used both mine, I think.
Have you?
Yeah.
Mm.
I used one to build your eye, Josh.
Yes.
Yep.
And then the other was for Natalie.
Yes.
The
The
hell
empathy
did I do?
implant. The empathy
Ah,
implant.
the
that
empathy
you
implant.
installed,
Yeah.
And somebody hacked.
Yeah, somebody hacked it. Definitely
Excellent.
wasn't a faulty product. I will stand by that till my dying breath.
All right. Oh, and I have a question for Bren before the night is over. Actually, yeah. Here's a good question, Bren. It's your turn. Before we roll this, where is your brother?
Dude.
Huh.
You know what?
My
Think about this, because on the next pass, I'm going to ask about family and the apartment situation. So think about this,
Gotcha.
and I'll get you back on our next path.
okay.
All right. So you're 9. Roll it.
Okay. That wasn't it. I pressed up and it did something weird.
Odd. Oh, it's because you
8.
just did skill checks. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. An 8. I think love is just in the air right now. Romantic involvement.
4.
4. A happy love affair.
Sometimes it works out.
Hmm. Unless something else happens, it'll be up to you whether, how that ended. If it ended amicably, if it's still going on. Again, unless some other romantic entanglement emerges. All right. The last couple of years have been kind to you, actually.
Got in a lot of
Oro.
trouble there earlier.
Year 9, what you got?
Oh, For some reason, it did something funky.
Yeah, it's because
so-
we just rolled skill checks and the skill math works a little weird. So if you just did a skill check, you're gonna have to type in the command again instead of going up.
So a 1d10, right?
Yep, /r space 1d10. 9. Nothing happened that year.
Woohoo!
You worked on your brand, you developed your channel, made some good videos, attended some live events. You remember what that's like, right?
Yeah, those used to exist back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the places where the future is better. All right. When Natalie was 25, you've got one event left after this. What happened that year?
I nined.
Nothing.
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 Quiet year. All right.
I'll interject. No.
You thought it was quiet. All right. We're doing a little bit of talk. Jim, this year, I know you all live on the 3rd floor of your apartment. Do you live alone? Does any of your family live with you? Any of your friends, any lovers, anyone else live with you in your apartment? Or are you running it solo?
I live alone. I have a pretty locked up apartment. I've got some important stuff in there for my business. I'm quite a business focused individual, and I've left the majority of my family kind of behind to live their own life as well.
All right. Let's do year 10.
All right, it's a 6.
A 6. I believe that's friends and enemies. Yep.
Okay.
You meet a lot of
It's a
people in your
1.
business. That is a friend.
Oh, nice.
1 to 5 is a friend. You made a contact of some sort.
A 10.
A 10. Someone you met through a common interest.
Okay.
A train collector.
Someone I met through a common
A
interest.
train collector.
Miniature train collector.
I mean, are there any more specifics, or is that at the end of the?
That's
road?
the end of it. Again, when things
All right.
go well, the story is short.
Well, I guess I'll tie it into a character then that we've already met, and I'll say that this was my development in a friendship with Rex, the local fixer. We're a bit more than acquaintances. We're somewhat friendly. We've been friendly for 4 years, something like that.
Drinking buddies.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like it. Jax, let's go back to that question I asked you. Where is your brother?
I think I would have found a safe place for my brother, possibly a care home for him. Yeah.
Is that in the UK? Is that somewhere in Night City?
It still would have been in Night City because I would have probably found it hard to transport him back to the UK in his state. So probably a Night City.
All right. That is going to be expensive to pay for. Because in a world run by corporations, as one can imagine, there is no single payer healthcare. So that is going to run you. That's going to be a plot motivation for you to continue to earn money despite your fairly lucrative career.
God damn.
Take some dangerous jobs. All right, let's do year 10.
I'm up. 10.
10. A quiet year. Nothing happens. Oro, year 10. Does anybody else live in your apartment? Are you running solo?
Running solo.
Okay.
Yeah. Content life requires me to be focused and ensure that nobody's in my way. My parents understand. My brother, not so much. Kind of a dick. And then my younger sibling, I mean, it's a kid. No one cares about him. He's a jackass.
All right, let's see what happened in year 10.
10.
Dude, it's quiet.
Ooh.
Too quiet.
Too quiet.
All right. Natalie, your last year. This would be whatever happened like this year or a year ago. Again, we'll figure out why everyone else is still rolling. We're just going to shove them back in time as needed. So, first off, before we continue, does Natalie live alone in the apartment?
Yeah, Natalie lives alone.
All right. Roommates are for
She
schmucks.
actually, the only thing that she has is I don't want to explain this. It's a failed product line, but she became fascinated with it. They're these Tamagotchis, but like for plants. And so it's just every day she has to go around and press like this like virtual water button to keep all her like AR succulents alive.
That's amazing.
That could be the reason why the men are leaving and the murder.
That's phenomenal. I love it.
That's amazing.
And like your smart, this is the future. Your agent, which is the name for your smartphone, they all have holograph projectors in them. So I imagine that these are like hollow plants, hollow Tamagotchis, right?
Yeah. I sit there at work in my free time and I like pull up like and I kind of like brush virtual dust off the. It's you can see why the app failed, but
that's amazing. Honestly, in today's market, like the real world, I could see that being a win.
Write that down.
Yeah, somebody take that down quick. All right, so let's find out what happened this slash last year.
All right, it's 7.
7, romantic involvement. Could this be the one?
A
Roll
lot
it.
of romance.
Yeah, you think I remember what a 7 does? 2.
2, happy love affair.
Finally.
Oh, your luck turns around.
You
They
met
probably haven't
Dexter,
found
the
out yet.
serial killer.
It's a match made in. All right, so
Not
it's
heaven.
not heaven. So the details are up to you, but it seems possible that the latest candidate for the idyllic life might have some potential.
They're okay. They're very strong. They're very tall. They show up at the time they say they're going to show up. And one of them even brought me an apple.
A real apple?
Okay. Well, you can ruin it, or you can hear my next story.
All right, strong. My notes are strong, tall, punctual, apple.
Yes.
Excellent.
Fell in love with an apple.
All right, 2 more rounds for all the old fogies, and then we are going to plant the hints of our adventure that will begin next week and leave everyone off. And we're going to have a lot of backstory to chew through and plot threads to fill out and characters to identify. It's going to be fun. So, Jim, let's just knock them out back to back your last 2 years, especially since you're the only person who has an interjection left, if I recall correctly. So let's just knock them out.
I am. Okay, a 2.
2, big wins, big problems. Roll again to determine which.
4.
A win.
Nice.
Ooh.
This is how
Life's
I
on the
win.
upturn.
Yeah,
A 3.
it really seems like things have been going, like the recent curve is good.
Yeah.
All right, a 3, a big score.
A big score.
Yeah, roll
Well,
one.
I guess. Oh, right. I still have more. A 7.
A 700 euro dollars score.
Okay.
Whoa.
Pretty good.
There you go.
Well, that's most of the money that you owe.
Yeah, you can pay me back.
Yeah, not bad actually. That's. I'll say that was the impetus for me owning the apartment building as well. You know.
It was part of the deal by which you acquired the apartment. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. I got a big score. Managed to pull in a big business deal. Got this apartment building and an extra $700 to throw around.
Excellent. Not bad. Let's do your last pass through the life path, and then Goldboy and Bren are going to each take 2, and you have 1 interjection left, so it'll be up to you.
Okay. A 6.
6. That is
Friends and enemies, I
you
think.
got it. Yep. 6 to 10 is an enemy. 5 is a friend.
5 is a friend. Gotta love it.
And roll 1d10, and that'll be the end of
7.
the tree. 7. Okay, that's enemies. Someone who is like a foster parent to you.
Ooh, like a foster parent. But recently. Like a recent foster parent.
Yeah.
Like when you're 30 years old and you meet a foster parent.
You know, just like it's a normal part of reaching your middle years.
Yeah, pretty usual. Okay. I guess then, are there any other people? What I'm imagining here, Joe, is someone that I met that was applying to be part of my apartment, who just basically is like a very much an older guy or woman who who does like the kind of the fussing over you in the same way that a parent would, you know? They're like the older person that I check in on to make sure that they're doing all right. They don't really offer that much to me at the moment. It's an unusual deal because I'm not really getting anything out of it, but I'm coming to just like them for what they offer, which is just a bit of kindness and caring. And I'm almost amazed that they've managed to make it this long because they're old and useless in a harsh world.
My God.
Okay.
I got a care inside.
I don't have somebody like that on the immediate list, but they will be there now. We'll go ahead.
Okay.
And
How old is Gina? Were you imagining Gina to be a young person?
Like 30s, I want to say. But
okay,
you know what?
all right.
No,
That
we can
isn't quite
age
feasible.
her up. We can age her up. So like she's the the older lady who takes care of her animals and won't talk about how she got them and has a bit of an edge to her, but ends up being like taking care of everyone, making sure everyone's eating their greens in the apartment. Really into organic, really into fresh food whenever possible.
Yeah. Okay. That works. That works.
Done and done. And that's how she ended up here. Great. That is your life. And I will again send you those notes when we're done. So you have one interjection left, and you have the opportunity to use it now as Jerax and Oro finish their run through the life path. So, Jerax, you got two more. Let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, you got two more. Let's knock them out.
So, do we want to use one for the actions that happened to my brother? One of my primary motivators?
Yes. How long ago did that happen? Do you want it to happen
It was the
recently?
reason I came to the Red Sky City.
So we had you leaving and getting smuggled in a long time ago. That was like the second event. We can plop it right before that if you want. So the first event you had a former friend, you foiled their plan, and now an entire government agency is after you. Then you had problems. You owe $600 to someone who smuggled you into Night City. That could all stem from the same thing. Like whatever that government thing that happened was, why a whole government agency is after you, could have to do with what happened to your brother.
Ooh.
Huh. Yeah. So, my brother, who we're twins, by the way, in case you didn't know. We don't really see eye to eye. That's why he dislikes me. And in our family, I've got an older sibling, I believe, still. In our family of crime lords, it's generally expected that the siblings would compete against each other for the right to rule our crime empire that has spanned generations. And you know what? Me and my twin, we were sick of it. And he was sick of it and decided to go to the Red Sky City and flee away to get away from this kind of lifestyle. I would say the previous issue where I've got the government agency against me might be me fleeing after my brother and ditching my high-paying job in the medical tech industry and also taking some technology with me that I probably shouldn't have, maybe some trade secrets, which could have been part of the reason why I may or may not be able to return back to the United Kingdoms. We won't go into it. But I think that should be one of the primary motivators. But the recent thing is that my brother, he's a net runner, and he was digging around somewhere he probably shouldn't have been, but he was making money from it, and that's what he enjoyed doing. And he got burnt out. He became a husk of a human, because as far as I'm aware, net running is quite a dangerous game. Sometimes it can backfire. So now he's not even a person. He's just an empty shell of a human, still being kept alive because of me putting him in care. But my motivation, or one of my recent motivations, is to find some way, whether through some banned or currently being researched medical technology, infiltrating a corporation, however I can, but to bring my brother back.
I'd like to jump in here then, and I'll say that if your brother fled to Red Sky City before you did, then I would be part of the group that utilized your brother's net running skills. That he was one of those people that I knew, or one of the people that I knew him, and we used him on the task. And I personally, I feel terrible, even all of these years later, that he was doing a job for us when he got his brain
Well,
burnt
it happened
out.
recently.
Oh, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Then the
worse
wound is
part.
still fresh.
Yeah.
Feel even more terrible.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have details about what that job was, and I'm gonna have details about how Jim Fingers was involved in that, how his little group ties into that. I'm gonna share that with you next session. But I will say that he was doing jobs in the hot zone, going through looking for servers and pieces of the old net that were still down there that might have survived the blast, which is where some of the really, really important pay data is said to reside. After all, the bomb went off in the middle of the Arasaka complex. Everyone knows they had secrets. So he was digging through the hot zone, found something. Details are shaky, but whatever system he got into was more than he could handle. Okay, you have one event after that.
Yep, let's do it.
No interjections left. What do we got? One. Big problems, big wins. Let's see what the recent tide of fate has been.
Give me a win, please. 2.
We got one. That's
a win.
Okay.
We got it.
Roll 1d10.
Powerful.
6.
Okay. Ooh, a powerful corporate executive owes you a favor.
Not surprised.
Oh, I think I know why.
Why? I think I know why too.
I have a reputation for it.
Because he gave him
No.
a giant penis.
No, secrecy is number 1 in my clinic.
Damn it. It's a big win.
Welcome to the Big Win Surgical Clinic. All right. So, a powerful corporate executive owes you a favor. It was probably for surreptitious surgery. The details remain a mystery. Oro, you got 2 more. You got 2 more? I think you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 2 more, and then our life paths are complete.
All right. 8.
8, romantic entanglement.
Nice.
Let's see how that went.
I have a roommate though.
This is
guys, so I
recently.
don't want to get too far into this. 1.
1, happy love affair. Oh, everyone's just, we're reaching that middle point of your life where everyone's just,
Where I am right now.
Oro has
me
the
and my
Cynthia.
roommate. Yeah, me and my roommate.
Yep.
It's a good experience.
She's out there. But we do have one more life event that could completely screw it up. Let's roll it.
Oh no.
6.
6, friends and enemies.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds like Cynthia. All right.
Roll it again. 2, a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, literally, like the first part of everyone's lives is awful, and the most recent life curve seems to be pretty good, which means that whenever the bad things I do go off, it's just going to ruin everything. Let's see who this friend is. Roll 1d10. 6, an old enemy.
An old enemy.
An old enemy becomes a friend.
Damn,
Ooh.
I actually would have made it. I would have made it Natalie, but
No,
you
know what? I saw both of you. Both of you went off. Rachel, what were you going to say?
Oh, I said collab video, but I wouldn't have watched it. I don't get subscribed, but certainly blocked his channel.
Okay, so that bridge is burned. There's no chance that the old enemy
Yeah.
is in fact Natalie. That's not happening. Any other ideas off the
Okay.
top of your head?
I think just like a rival. Someone in my chat had a really good idea. A rival content creator. I
Okay.
actually quite like that. Like that we started collabing. You know what I mean? To bring the man down.
You had a boxing fight. He did
Yeah,
pretty well.
exactly. His name is Paul Jake.
Ah, I see.
And after a long career of
Paul
being
Jacobson. Paul Jacobson.
after a long career of being a social media heel, he came to some recent cultural and social issue awareness and is turning things around.
Yeah.
It's 2044, right? It could still be him.
Oh, Lord. All right. That is it for the life path. The poker game wears down as the sun continues to set, and those 2 Militech guards and whoever it is they're guarding are still out there, still sketching things on their easel. And honestly, the poker game could likely go late into the night. But before the sun bends over the horizon, is there anything any of you would like to do?
What are my winnings?
What are your winnings?
Yeah.
Roll 5d10.
35.
Okay. You got 7 little liquor bottles because that's what's being gambled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would like to, because I'm just getting absolutely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to actually take out my phone
Mm-hmm.
and try to get video of those people that are across, because I think it might actually be great for a video coming up.
Okay. All right. Corporate goons outside my apartment? Question mark. What are they
Yep.
planning?
Thumbnail.
All right, cool. You go ahead, you take out your, top tier phone with the excellent zoom, 3D imaging and everything. You start recording them from up top. What is Natalie doing?
First of all, Natalie's like, or leave them alone. Stop making victims out of these poor corporate workers. They're just doing their job.
Listen,
And
lady,
speaking of, I
calm
have
it
an
down.
actual job, so I'm gonna head to bed. But I brought these samples from work. I thought you guys might like them, and I have like little packets of like kibble, like try 'em, snack 'em sizes.
What are some of the new flavors, Natalie?
Oh, it's great. There's barbecue Colgate. There's
Minty freshness.
orange pineapple ranch, and there is we're doing Baja Blast again.
Oh, thank God! Thank God!
Yeah.
I will
I'm
say,
gonna leave these on the table, but like as far from like Oro's end of the table as possible.
I yell at Jerex to save me a Baja Blast.
Royal already snagged one off the table.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah, do your disclosures, dude.
God.
All right, Jerex is collecting his winnings. Oro is filming the security and the whoever it is that's sketching your apartment across the way. What is Jim doing?
Jim's just carrying on playing whilst he's keeping quite literally one eye on the game and one eye on the goons.
Okay.
In as much as is possible with the balcony kind of setup. He's just trying to make sure that he's aware if they're sketching the security systems that are involved, or if they're just sketching the general area. He's trying to get a feel for what they're scoping out, because he's not too bothered if they're just scoping out the building itself, some random water connection or something. But if they're sketching out the security systems, that's something that he needs to be directly concerned with.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll a perception check, and you're going to get a +2 to this because of your eye. And I'm going to have Oro roll a perception, not human perception, which is, again, reading people. Perception check. And you get +2 because of your cyber hearing. One of you will be able to see something, and the other will be able to hear something. So go ahead and both of you roll those.
Only a 12.
Perception. That's just a perception one here.
Correct. 14,
Right, okay.
Josh, because of the
Yes,
eye.
14.
All right. And
16.
an 18 from Oro. All right. So Jim fingers. It looks like whatever they're drawing, it's plans, blueprints, schematics for a communication tower. Very large one. Like the size of your entire apartment communication tower. And
like looking to knock down my apartment kind of communication tower.
You didn't see space for your apartment in those plans.
Yeah.
And Alex, you hear them
sounds like the government to me.
Alex, you hear them saying, all right, that's a wrap. They want to get started tomorrow, so let's get these back. As they begin to pack up the easel.
Huh. Well, that's not good.
And that seems like the perfect place to end for the night, because we've gone for 3 hours. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone,
Oh.
for tuning in to Red Sky City. This has been episode 0. Tune in next week at 6 o'clock. We'll figure out what these construction plans are about and what's going to happen tomorrow, and if our heroes will still have a home afterwards.
Nice. Thank you, Joe.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Joe.
Right. Well, everybody, have a fantastic night, and thank you for tuning in.